A ghostly palm, a toothy toadstool and foul-smelling fungi are in the top 10 plant and fungus discoveries made in 2024. The weird and wonderful revelations were among 172 new species identified by Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. Robin Dwyer spoke to Dr. Anna Bazzicalupo, one of their researchers.
The highlights include the ghost palm, which is a species that was initially found maybe 90 years ago and suspected to be a new species, but now has been formally described. And the one that I've been involved with is actually a mushroom species. Well, 3 mushroom species, but my favorite is this little Rusula. They're particular because they have this little fishy smell, and they are just I think, very beautiful creatures, and that's why I like them so much.
And it seems incredible, to me at least, that new species are still being discovered, even in heavily populated countries like the UK.
Absolutely. So it's a humbling fact, but it is a very true fact that we still need. It is a colossal thing that we need to undertake to describe plants and fungal life on the planet. We don't know many of them. Especially for fungi, we estimate that there's about 2.5 million fungi that we don't know about, and a lot of them are actually endangered.
So how important is it that we keep looking and finding a new species like these, not just for their own sake and the scientific interest, but potentially for what they could offer to us in terms of medicine and so on? You're
hitting on the key points that Kew works on. And so one of the things that is really important is that they may be endangered. So one of the things we really want to do is make sure that we know about them before that they disappear. Second of all, there are uses that we can take out of them, like discovery of new drugs or properties that have to do with building materials, for example. I'm talking about fungi and plants. And that's why it's important to discover the new species, not only because we want to describe the natural world and the organisms that we share the planet with.
Do you think that saving and safeguarding plants gets enough attention, perhaps compared with saving endangered animals, for example?
I work on mushrooms, and I feel like mushrooms should get more attention, but no, even plants need way more attention than they usually get. And I think this is one of the great things about this institution is puts a lot of effort into supporting the description of new species and inspiring people to be trained or to just care about plant and fungal life on the planet.
So you were saying that you were particularly excited about these Russia mushrooms, if I've said that correctly. As the search for new species continues, what would you most like to find or work on next?
That's a fun question. I would love to see more species of Russulas. So we have described about something like 800 species described. We've recognized them, but when we look at DNA from the world, we estimate that there's maybe about 2,000 species. So we're far off, and they are beautiful mushrooms.
But known for their unusual smell?
Sometimes they are. They can have funny smells, like a fishy smell, or sometimes they smell like old socks or flowers. Yes, and the variety of colors of the caps is really, really remarkable.